So we're doing Guinness pie today. We're going to use oxtail, onion, garlic, thyme, rosemary. Nice big old cast iron skillet here. We're going to get this bad boy smoking hot, put a little bit of oil in the bottom of it, and char up some of these oxtails. Get a nice crispy crust on them, and then pop them in the oven and let them finish all the way. Oxtail takes a really long time, which is great for drunk cooking, because then the rest of the time you're just hanging out cooking.
And your body.
We're going to put in a bottle of Guinness. We're going to do potatoes, onions, celery, carrot. Put all that stuff in there with some of good old P. Hizzle's homemade stock. Not sure if we're going to use venison stock or duck stock. Duck stock would be awesome. We might do that.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, duck stock Guinness pie with oxtail.
Oh,
yeah, buddy.
You might have another recipe. You're taking it back to Virginia with you.
Yes. So this is a great drunk cooking recipe because it takes so much time to do, but you don't have to focus on anything. You're not constantly stirring. You're not constantly, messing around with your ingredients. It's almost set it and forget it. There's a little bit of prep that goes into it. There's a few things that you have to pay attention to, but it's super simple, easy stuff to do. So we're going to let this cast iron get nice and hot. So basically what we want to do with these little oxtails is kind of wash them off a little bit, get some of that gunk. Good Lord, look at the size of that bastard. Good oxtail.
It's going to be good right there.
Going to wash off some of this packaging gunk and blood and all that shit.
You can't brown meat unless it's dry.
Yeah.
Just like beef,
Yep.
If you don't pat your beef dry, you will not get that good brown on it.
Yeah, you want a good crust.
A lot of people don't know you have to dry your meat.
Right.
Anything besides salt you're going to want on this?
No, just salt. You put anything else on it when you go into the skillet, when it gets real hot like that, black pepper, garlic, things like that will burn and give you a really bitter, funky flavor.
Okay.
But salt will just liquefy. It'll help crust up a little bit, and you need some oil in there because the oil can actually get hotter than the meat can.
Okay.
So that oil
now,
will help it crust as well.
when you're browning your meat, when it gets close to done, do you ever add a little bit of flour on top?
Sometimes.
Depending on what you're doing?
Depending on what I'm doing.
Sir? I've got peanut oil.
Peanut oil?
You can't fry without peanut oil.
No, you can't.
There's just no substitute at all.
A little bit of that in the bottom. Nice and hot peanut oil. We got our oxtail. It's all nice and dried off. Got a little bit of salt on there. Let's hope that this doesn't fucking... Woo! Watch out now. Lay them bad boys in there. Once you set it in there, don't fucking move it. Where it lands is where it lands. You start moving things around and you're going to fuck it up.
Now, I see you're kind of crowding the pan. Typically when I'm browning meat, I don't like to crowd the pan.
Yeah.
But explain to me. I guess it still works, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We're going to set those on there. We'll come back and flip them in 5 minutes or so. Once we got a nice burny, charred deliciousness on the bottom.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll flip everything over, let them char a little bit more. Keep turning them, get all those edges, top, bottom, four sides.
Yep.
Get them all charred up and good, and then we'll pop it in the oven and let them finish them there.
What do you want to preheat the oven to?
Let's preheat the oven to 375. Just having a good time. That's what life's all about, man.
I mean, right here. This area we're in. This is the heart of a home, right here.
Yep. People gather around food.
Coming up in Illinois, a lot of farmers, right? And the typical tradition was you take supper, and then you'd sit around the kitchen table and talk and visit it until it was time to leave.
Yeah. A little look-see. Brown it up. Spin in the oven. Give it a little peek. Safety first, kids. Remove that lid so that the smoke doesn't get you. Or the steam or whatever. Ooh, them's looking pretty.
That's looking good, isn't it?
Yeah. A lot more oil in there than I thought. It's all that fat reduced out of there. Okay, but those are fully cooked. So let's get these out of the
right here. See, this is canned. This is sealed. Now, once this is open, just like any canned good you get from the store, it has to be refrigerated.
Okay.
This is a pint.
Okay.
I don't know how much you want. I got quarts downstairs, but I think a pint would probably be about right.
And there's so much good flavor in this oil. It would be a real shame to dump it.
What do you think about straining it and keeping the goodness?
Yeah.
Because I don't think we will need that. And
That wouldn't be too good.
we get. I tell you what I do is I would get that pot going again,
Oh, it's still plenty hot.
and I would go ahead and add probably your wine and your stock.
Okay.
Now, the way to open these jars will take you your opener. You gotta pop the lids on these.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I get there. It goes. And I've already shaken this. And you're just ready to dump in what you need.
Duck stock. Yum, yum.
Now that duck stock, you were probably surprised to see duck stock because that's one of the rarer ingredients, isn't it?
It is.
But what we're doing is we straight put up that goodness right now.
Yeah. All them little chunky bits.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really
Get the sides too. That's just some good. Yeah.
not really much to reduce because all the oil was in there. Nothing really stuck to the pan, so we don't have any like burnt ends or anything.
We don't have any crust right now.
Yeah, but that's okay.
That's life. That's
Yeah. It is what it is. And hell, there's some good sticky bits on the side of this pan. That's cool. Yeah. Okay, so that red wine is nice and reduced down. Very pretty.
I noticed you just put just a slight bit in there.
You don't want too much.
I typically use a little bit more. Ooh, that's good.
Jug o' wine. Okay, and duck.
Well, we already knew each other from the past, but I'm saying if you'd brought your friends out, you know.
Okay. Now we're looking good.
Now cooking with, as those Louisianans would say, with peanut oil.
With peanut oil. Peanut oil. Okay, so we've got a quart, almost 2 quarts of...
Here's your towel too.
2 quarts of duck stock, a Guinness, red wine reduction, and these oxtails. So we're going to let these simmer for hours until they just kind of fall apart. We're also going to put in...
Are we going to simmer this in the oven or stovetop?
Oh, just put it on stovetop.
Okay.
That way we can kind of keep an eye on it. Just a little bit of garlic. We don't need to mince it or anything like that. We're just getting some flavors in there.
What you looking for, Chris?
So we don't want to put it now because they'll get all soggy and just all fall apart and all that stuff. But we're just going to let this roll for a bit. Get it all nice and pretty. Some of this stock will reduce down and condense some of that flavor. Be some good stuff. When we get to about here, for
Man, I just got them and they got some bad spots in them, huh? Oh, man, that dinner smells pretty good though, doesn't it?
yeah, it does. It's smelling right in here.
Well, once again, another time I wish I could have had smell-o-vision. Because, I mean, that is part of the whole food experience right there, is the smells.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and that your guinness stew you're making for us is smelling
My Johnny stew.
legit.
Johnny stew.
Johnny stew. Oh yeah, you've obviously learned your knife work.
I've been around one or two.
I want y'all to notice here how Chris here is choked up on that knife. You know, he's
Right there,
choked
bro.
up on it. You watch him chop this potato.
Watch this be the cut where I take my fucking thumb off.
Look, he keeps his fingers away. Look, he's choked up on that knife. Chop, 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 chop. Shazam. Because it blows my mind, just like cooking, how many people. I tell y'all this, I wish we had some smell-o-vision today. Because this stuff Chris is making, nausea. I'll bring that in a little bit. A little more bit. You gonna, what are we doing? We're gonna bring the heat up, they're going in the oven, what's going on?
Yep, we're gonna bring the heat up just for a minute. And
Okay.
while it's coming up, we're actually gonna start making the dumpling.
Big crock.
Lard.
Flour's
Salt.
in a big crock. We got lard right here. You know what you need to do? If you haven't, it'll take you a taste, at least of the broth. See where we're at. We good? Good.
Yeah. Once those vegetables get in there, it's gonna be real good.
Because remember all the salt on your meat.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not overly salty. It's
Good,
fine.
good. That's what, right
Black
now,
pepper.
right now is the time, right there. Right now is the time to correct seasoning.
Yep. Black pepper. There we go.
I got your flour, your lard, your salt in a mixing bowl. What do you need? A biscuit cutter? What you want? And
I
here's
might
your-
actually have to.
go ahead and mix that up before you take another taste,
I might
Chris.
have to cheat a little bit and hop
Okay.
on Google real quick.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of my drop dumpling recipe, and it's not coming.
To you. Now, I know it's just you and me, but professional courtesy. New spoon.
New spoon.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So we need to keep letting this go. We just made our drop dumpling batter. Got some rosemary, got some thyme, salt, black pepper, egg, milk, flour, lard. And actually, this doesn't look like very much, but I think what we could do with this is actually kind of flatten it out and then just lay it on top.
Almost like a pot pie.
Like a pot pie. We'll just
Okay.
pop it on top. It'll rise. Some of that flour will kind of get into the broth and thicken it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But look at this.
Wow.
These oxtails have completely fallen apart.
Disintegrated, haven't they?
Oh, baby. Look at that.
And
They're
what's gonna take us a little while is those potatoes to cook
The
through.
potatoes need to cook through. That's
And now,
good. So these potatoes are going to be a little bit longer,
I'd say
but they're already starting to.
they're starting to get fork tender, but
Yeah.
they're not where you want them.
They're not quite there yet. Actually, it's not terribly far off. They've only been
No.
on the stove for 10 minutes. They're looking pretty damn good. I think if we put that dumpling on top right now and then pop it in the oven, they'll be done by the time the dumpling is done.
Okay, if that's what you want to do, we'll do that.
Well, let's play it on the safe side. We'll leave it on there for another 5 minutes. I keep doing that, I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
We'll leave it on here for another 5 minutes or so. Make sure everything is good and cooked. And then
Right. And I would actually say, what I would say is, we leave it on like you said,
Uh-huh.
and then
Gonna
We
set the
actually
oven to
pull it from the heat and let it cool slightly to where it's not at a boil.
Okay.
And then we put your dough on top.
Okay.
I don't know what you think about that. I mean, to me,
Actually, what we could do is just
turn it up. I'd say finish it like that.
Yep.
Exactly. And then when it comes off the boil, then I would layer your dough on top. Because you don't want to put that dough on a boiling liquid.
Right. Yep. Starting to get some of that carrot and celery flavor in there.
That's it, huh?
You want to give it a try?
Yeah. Now, Chris has been cooking this and correcting the seasoning, but I'm going to try it. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fucking on time, right?
Hit it. Hit it, Bo.
Bam.
Wow.
Okay, so we're gonna put. It's kind of late in the cooking process, but whatever.
That bay leaf
All right,
should
there's
have been in early, but it'll still add something.
We're gonna add some bay leaves in there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah, definitely.
Basil is right here. That is.
So learning from some really, really good chefs, this is something that they taught me.
Right.
When you're not sure what to add, okay?
Right.
Get them bay leaves in there. Stick your face in it. Smell it.
Right.
And then smell that. Do they complement each other? Give that a try. See what you think. I would say yes. Let's put some basil in this.
You're teaching me stuff.
Yeah. Smell that, and then smell that.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's give it a shake. All right. Throw some of that in there.
Let's we're gonna mix this up real good. Yeah.
Another thing that these two guys also taught me was every dish needs the 5 S's.
Okay.
Sweet, sour, salty, savory, and spicy.
We've got
savory.
We've got savory, and I would say we have salty.
We have salty.
Spicy. Let's turn to Arts, like always.
Yep.
If you want spice.
Okay. And it's also got some salt in it, though.
Well,
do we want to over salt?
Well, I don't think that'll over salt it. This is the same stuff I used last night. This is my main. This is better than Lowry's all seasoning salt.
Okay.
You don't like?
We've already got garlic and onion in there.
You don't like
We
that?
We could do red pepper and paprika because those are the 2 spices that are in here. So we got paprika. Snappy mama. That's also
Crushed red pepper.
crushed red pepper. Okay.
Or do you want cayenne?
Cayenne's gonna have some smoke to it. Yeah, cayenne.
Cayenne.
Definitely.
And you said some paprika.
Just a little touch. Not
Okay.
much. Just a little bit.
I put the paprika there on the cutting board for you.
Paprika's gonna add a little bit more smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that'll be good. Paprika.
And meet him and get it signed. Rick, you are all hooked up. Congratulations. Thank you. Go big or go home.
I think we should taste it.
Sweet. See what we're getting sweet from the carrots, so we don't need to add any kind of sweet, nothing like that.
We've
Sour.
got the salt.
Yep.
We've got
Sour
the savory.
you're getting from the beer. That that Guinness that went in there kind of has that burnt coffee.
Yeah.
It'll have a little bit of a bitter taste.
Mm-hmm.
So that's adding some bitterness to it.
So we're getting there.
Yep.
Wow. And just so you know, this is duck stock that he put in there. This is duck stock I canned from Duck Orange I made back at Christmas time.
Orange. Beautiful.
We are definitely getting there. I almost
And
stuck
we've
my
got-
spoon back in there. Let's get that bay leaf soaked in there.
We've got rosemary and thyme in the
Yep.
dumpling, so we
Yep.
don't need to add it
So
to
that'll
the soup.
complement that.
Yep. I think we're golden right now.
I think we're just waiting for. Actually, you're probably at a point you could put that dumpling on and we can pop it in. Well, we're waiting on the oven to preheat, but once the oven preheats, I think you're at a point you can layer your dumpling over.
Do we dare add cumin? Of course! Cumin goes in everything!
I was going to say instead of the cayenne, we could have added curry. I'm pretty sure.
Cumin!
Oh, I'm gonna do
the smell test.
You
Do the
just talk
smell.
to me
Yep.
and see what I think.
Do the smell.
Look at those spices though, huh?
That's a hell of a spice cabinet there, guy.
I think it would do something. You did the smell test. I think it would do a
Let's check
little
it out.
something.
No, they're too, they're kind of contrasting.
Yeah.
But cumin is fucking awesome. It goes in everything. You want to just do it?
At a pinch.
That's the good thing about cooking with beer, because by the time it's ready, you're so tanked that anything you make is going to be
It's
good
delicious.
anyways. Yeah, hell, sprinkle some cumin in there. That's for you, Drew Luffy.
And by the way, 2 new tasting spoons. All of Chris's friends who are professional chefs will appreciate the fact that I provide new tasting spoons every time we taste. That spice rack is just amazing.
It's really cool.
And look at you. You're out here in the middle of nowhere. I have an amazing spice rack, and I've got duck stock just laying all over the place. Here you go, Mo. Let's give this a little tasty taste. See what we think.
What we got working on here?
Oh yeah.
It wasn't enough cumin to really do
It
too much.
too
but
much, but
you
oh
pick it
yeah,
up.
you can taste it.
Yeah, just a little hit.
You like?
Just a little hit. That's perfect. We're gonna leave that alone now.
All right. The seasoning has been corrected, and like I said, all you professional chefs out there that are friends with Chris will appreciate. We use new tasting spoons every time. Yeah, I'm a hillbilly out in the middle of nowhere. I have an amazing spice cabinet. And
We got manners.
and duck stock laying all over the place. Whatever. It is what it is.
We got manners. This big ass dinner plate sized dumpling is cooked. We're actually gonna have to use a knife and like cut out little slices of this to get into a pie.
It's very similar to, I would say, a chicken pot pie.
I just hit it with a little bit of kosher salt. That's gonna be real good. Kind of like putting salt on chocolate, putting salt on a dumpling.
Or salt on a soft pretzel.
We don't see no hell.
Oh,
Get on D. Oh shit. We've got this layer, and you can kind of see it a little bit here. I can see it. I'm not sure how well you can see it on the GoPro, but you can see that there is a film layer that's holding in a lot of heat. So even though you can't see it boiling now, that fucking fat layer is actually keeping in so much heat.
And the
So
fact
much
we
heat.
used the black iron to cook it in.
It's still cooking.
Yeah.
The black iron is hot as hell. It's still cooking. So we're gonna let this cool a little bit. We're gonna dish her on up. We're gonna use a knife to cut this big old dinner plate dumpling. And that's drunk cooking, folks. That's cooking with beer. You make some amazing things, and the camaraderie and hanging out and just bullshitting and talking, catching up with friends, that's what life is all about. Alcohol is a social lubricant, okay? It is not the end-all be-all, but it sure makes things fun, and it makes food taste a hell of a lot better. See you next time.